Well, good afternoon, everyone, or for those joining online from wherever you are, good morning, good evening as appropriate. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to welcome you all for joining us today. Again, whether you're here in the room with us or you're joining via the live stream. My name is Jerry Sheehan. I'm the Director for Science, Technology, and Innovation here at the OECD, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to open today's workshop, which is jointly organized by the OECD, by the Georgetown University Center for Business and Public Policy, and by the World Bank. And I should start by thanking our partners for their great collaboration in making this event possible. I think the fact that we've come together under the umbrella of these three organizations already says something important about the spirit of this discussion, because I think in advancing our understanding of artificial intelligence, and in particular its impact on innovation, we're going to require a lot of multidisciplinary effort that draws on the research community, the policy-making community, and the business community. And so I'm very happy to see that we've brought representatives of all of those communities together today, and I think we'll have a very rich and timely and hopefully productive as well conversation. As all of you gathered in the room and joining us online will know that the safe and trustworthy development of AI, and increasingly the diffusion of AI across our economy, is very much at the heart of the work that we are doing here at OECD. We, and as you will hear through the day, that we gather data, we analyze policy options to help governments better understand how widely firms currently adopt AI, what they're using it for, how it affects their productivity, what kind of enabling conditions and policies are needed to increase its adoption and to translate their innovation into broad benefits for our economies and our societies. And to share with you a bit, I can say that our data show that while AI as a technology is advancing quite rapidly and uptake is accelerating, we're still in the very early stages of AI adoption, with this diffusion across the business sector proceeding at a rather uneven pace. The latest data we have here at the OECD show that between 2023 and 2024, the share of businesses that have 10 or more employees that are using AI systematically rose by about 58%. It's a big jump, but it's a big jump from about 8.9% in 2023 to 14% in 2024. So while it's a significant increase, the overall uptake remains rather modest, especially when you compare it to all of the buzz and the hype around AI. But even if you compare it to other more mature digital technologies, such as cloud computing, which has now been adopted by more than 50% of all firms across the OECD countries in 2024. And we can see as well that adoption of AI is also different across different industry sectors and communities. So again, if we look at last year, we can see that the ICT sector itself led the way, with nearly 45% of firms reporting AI use. That's the highest across all industry sectors, followed by professional and scientific services, which had an adoption rate of about 26%. But if you look at some of the other sectors of our economy, construction, accommodation, food services, AI adoption is only at about 7 or 8% in those sectors of the economy. We also see that there are still significant differences in adoption rates across firms of different sizes. So in large enterprises, those with 250 or more employees are significantly more likely to adopt AI than are smaller firms. Give you some numbers on that. In 2024, on average across the OECD economies, about 40% of large firms reported using AI, compares to about 20% of medium-sized firms, those between 50 and 200 employees, and only about 12% of small firms, those with 10 to 50 employees. Beyond just the adoption, we also need to look at AI's impact on productivity. And again, work at the OECD shows that at the macro level, AI is anticipated to raise labor productivity growth by between 0.2 and 1.5 percentage points per year across the G7 economies, and that depends on the pace and the breadth of AI adoption in those economies. Work at the firm level from the very bottom up show that AI adopters tend to be between 8 and 31% more productive than comparable non-adopters, again, depending on which country we look at. Additional emerging experimental research, and this has been recently reviewed in an OECD study, also points to productivity gains for workers themselves. These are gains that stem not only from the automation of tasks, but also skill enhancement and organizational improvements that are enabled by AI. And this yet is only part of the story, because beyond incremental productivity improvements, AI's potential as a general purpose technology suggests that there are many much larger, longer term effects still to be seen. As AI itself drives new waves of innovation, and as the technological frontier in AI continuously advances, we expect that the associated gains could extend far beyond what the current task-based analyses capture. And these dynamics are difficult to predict, but they may well transform sectors, business models, and the very way we organize work. And this underscores the importance of continuing to study how AI develops at the frontier, how emerging applications evolve, and how they contribute to the creation of new products and services, as well as how the innovation ecosystem itself responds. Strengthening our understanding of these trajectories is essential to anticipate future policy needs and fully unlock AI's contribution to economic growth. And we're fortunate to have with us as an outstanding set of speakers who will take us deeper into this intersection between AI and innovation, exploring both the transformative potential and some of the policy challenges that come with it, and maybe some of the policy levers we can use to reach the potential. I want to thank in particular Professor Ajay Agrawal, sitting to my right, who brings a wealth of research and experience on the economics of innovation and the digital transformation. And I look forward to hearing his reflections on the power of prediction, how AI is redefining innovation. And so with that, let me once again thank our colleagues from Georgetown University, from the World Bank for their collaboration. Let me again thank all of you for being here in person and online. And I want to wish you fruitful discussions throughout the course of the event today. And with this, I want to turn back over to the session chair, who's going to introduce our keynote speaker and make some additional remarks. Thank you.